Hey guys, I'm gonna wait and give everybody a few moments to pop on, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm getting on here a little earlier today than I thought I was gonna be able to. For those of you in North Carolina, we're not experiencing the best weather today, and our bordering states as well. So we actually closed my job early today. We got off at 12. So I'm expecting it to get really, really bad. We may lose power. I'm not sure, but I wanted to go ahead and just get this video done just in case. So I decided to go ahead and come on here and do our training Tuesday a little bit early. I'm in the car just because I didn't want to go in. I just wanted to go ahead and chat with you guys, and the lighting is probably a lot better out here. It's telling me I have slow connection, so if you're on watching though, please let me know if you can. Okay, so I just turned off my Wi-Fi because since I'm sitting outside of my house, it connected to my car, but like just barely, or to my phone. Can everybody hear me okay? Please let me know. So I told you guys I was going to start doing Tuesday trainings every single Tuesday with you guys. And today we're going to talk about what happens when you assume in your business. And this is such an important lesson to take in your business and utilize and remember, because assuming and prejudging are pretty much the same thing. And if you don't know what prejudging is, I'm about to explain it, but I want you to know that we all do it. You probably do it in your business every single day, especially if you're thinking about Cincy every single day. And it's just because we're human that we do it. So prejudging or assuming is just when you think that, you know, maybe somebody doesn't want to join your team because of ABC, or you think that they don't want to place an order because of ABC, or you think that, you know, they don't think network marketing is their thing. It's basically where you make assumptions in your head based off of your customers or people that watch you online, or you know, people that don't support you. You make these assumptions in your head that deter you from acting on the things that you need to do in order to have a successful business, okay? So I'm going to give you a couple of examples. I had to write some notes down before I came on here just to make sure I didn't squirrel, but I'm going to give you a couple of examples of what this might look like. So let's say somebody follows you on your social media. Maybe they even join your VIP group on Facebook, and you're like, you get excited because you're like, ooh, a new follower, ooh, somebody's new watching my stuff, my content. And a couple of days go by and they don't mention anything to you about your product. A couple of weeks go by, they don't place an order. And so you start forming this assumption, this prejudgment in your head that this person is not interested in what you have to offer. You start making this assumption in your head that they aren't interested in your product, that they are not interested in Cincy, that they do not want to support you, that they don't want to buy from you. Maybe you start making other assumptions in your head. Oh, they don't have the money to buy from me. Whatever the prejudgment or the assumption may be, it's false. And the reason that it's false is because it's something that you are assuming. It's not a fact, and it's not something that is actually happening, okay? Until you have been told by that person, then it is not true. So we fill ourselves with these lies, and that in turn has a negative effect on our business because it holds us back from reaching out to that person, from building a relationship with them. And I feel like this all has a lot to do with our ego, and not just our ego, but the customer's ego as well. So think a little bit about where you're at right now in your business. Think about somebody that you would be interested in joining your team. And I always love to do this exercise because if you don't realize just by me talking to you right now that you are prejudging, or that you might have prejudged in the past, once you do this exercise, you'll see that it is something that you do. So what I want you to do is I want you to sit down and get out a sheet of paper and a pen or pencil, And I want you to think about your customers. What I actually want you to do is I want you to go to your order history and look at the people that have purchased from you in the last, 30 days. And I want you to write every single person's name down. And I want you to ask every single person to join your team. Every single person. I just want you to simply send them a message and say, hey, have you ever thought about joining Cincy? I need to do this too. And once you get to specific people, you will find yourself saying, oh, well, I'm not going to ask that person because, and then the assumption will follow, or the prejudgment will follow. I'm not going to ask that person because they do another business. They're already in network marketing. I'm not going to ask that person because I asked them 3 years ago and they said, not right now. I'm not going to ask that person because they have 3 kids and a full-time job and they're so busy all the time. They're not going to have time for Cincy. That's a big one. That's one that I find myself running into a lot of the times, is I'll say to myself, that person's just so busy. And then I think about how busy I am as a human being. I have a full-time job. And I'm like, if I can do this business, anybody can do this business. So I want you to do that. I want you to get a pen, a piece of paper, and I want you to go down a list of every single person that's ordered from you in the last 30 days. And I want you to ask them to join your team. And if you, in your head, find yourself going, well, I'm not going to ask this person because, oh, I know that I just watched that training from Beth and she said that I'm making this assumption, but I really can't ask this person. There's no way I can ask this person. The only way I would say not to ask somebody to join your team, or if they'd be interested in hosting a party or mention club to them, is if you've already asked them and they have just flat out told you no. Like, no, leave me alone. I don't want to talk about it. I'm never going to want to do it. At that point, I leave people alone. But if somebody has told me, no, not right now, but maybe in the future, maybe when things are not so hectic, okay, I'm going to reach out to you in a couple of months. Maybe things won't be so hectic. And when I reach out to that person, it might be no, but guess what? I asked. And that's why in this business, a lot of times you hear go for the no. Because the more people that you ask, the more yeses that you're going to run into. And I'm sorry, but asking, relationship building, getting out of your comfort zone, it's all a part of having a successful business. 100,000%. If you don't want to get out of your comfort zone and have these conversations, these joint conversations, these host conversations, asking people about club, there are ways that you can work your business that have people, help people come to you. But that's another thing that you cannot assume. So a lot of people say, well, I am such a great consultant. And this is where the ego part comes in. I'm such a great consultant, so my customers are going to just go ahead and refer me out. You're assuming that your customers are going to tell all their friends and family about you because you're such a great consultant. But guess what? If you don't do the necessary steps, they're not going to think about referring you. So maybe you should put a referral system in place. Maybe you should have a referral system where it's like, hey, when you tell your friends about me and they come to me and they place an order, or they join my team, or they join club, you get something for free. I'm going to give you a free goodie bag. I'm going to give you a free deluxe sample pack. I'm going to give you a free bar. Now, remember that stuff like that is a personal special, and you have to share it one-on-one to follow Cincy guidelines, okay? But what I'm getting at is that you are not going to be successful in this business by constantly making assumptions in your business and prejudging people. You have to get out of your comfort zone, and you have to stop thinking that you know everyone's situation. Because that mom of 3 that is busy, that has basketball practice and dance lessons, and she works a full-time job, and she has a husband, and she's always cooking dinner, she might need something for herself. She might need some community. She might need some girl time. She might need some extra money to afford dance lessons, basketball shoes. Like there is always Jennifer Anderson in our company. She always says something. I don't know if she came up with it or not, But she says, everyone has a problem and Cincy is the solution. And I love that so, so much because it's true. So many people out there have problems. They don't have a lot of friends and they want the community. They need extra money. That's a huge one. They want to travel, but they don't have the extra money to travel. They don't have the extra means to travel, whatever it may be. Cincy can help with all of those things. They need something for themselves. They want a side biz, but they don't know like what kind of business to start, or they don't have the money to start a business. It really is such an amazing opportunity for so many different people. But this is not all about joining either. I don't want you guys to think that this is all about joining. This is prejudging in all aspects of your business. The team one is a huge one. Okay, so when somebody joins your team, yes, they are given so many, resources via our workstation. There's a training tab in our workstation. They get emails as soon as they sign up. There are things in their kit that they can utilize. They have social media at their fingertips. However, we assume that just because our teammates aren't messaging us every 5 seconds that they don't really care about growing with the company. We assume that because they said that leadership scares them means that they don't want to recruit. No, maybe that they just need a little bit of coaching. They need a little bit of guidance. Understand that, because if we make those assumptions for our team and we never reach out to our team, one day they're going to come back and they're going to say, you never reached out to me. You never picked up the phone. You never called me. I have coaching calls with people on this team all the time, and I am honestly shocked at how many sponsors don't work with their downline. And that's just the truth. And what's sad about it is you guys might not even realize that your downline feels that way, because you might be assuming that they're fine. They haven't reached out to me, so they're fine. They're putting in $200 every month, so they're fine. Maybe they want to go past their comfort level. Maybe they don't even know how somebody joins their team. And yes, they can find all of that. We are independent Cincy consultants. We can work independently. We don't have to have a sponsor to be successful. We can train ourselves. But do you know how much easier it is to have somebody that's holding your hand and showing you the way? Do you know how much easier that is? It's so much easier. I am a director with the company now. I have earned multiple trips with the company. I earn most incentives with the company. I feel like I'm a pretty good consultant. And at the beginning of my journey, I literally just didn't do anything until my star director, Faith, reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to have a call with her. And we got on the call and we just chatted about goals. We chatted about the compensation plan. We talked about where I could go with Cincy and what it could do for me. And it sparked motivation. It sparked interest. It sparked a belief in myself that I didn't even know was there. And look at what happened. And I always think about that. I always think about, what if Faith would have never reached out to me? Would I even still be a Cincy consultant? Would I be traveling the world like I'm doing? Where would I be at financially? So don't assume in your business, guys, wherever it may be. If it's working with a teammate, if it is somebody, you want to talk to somebody about joining your team. If you want to talk to somebody about, just simply hosting a party or placing an order. If that person has joined your space, I have a person that literally just joined my VIP group a few weeks ago, and she hasn't I messaged her, she hasn't messaged me back, she hasn't commented on anything, she just joined. Somebody referred her, somebody told her to get in my group, and she got in my group, but we haven't really talked. And I could sit here and say all day long, I could make this assumption and say to myself, oh, well, she's not going to order. I'm just going to get her out of my group because she's not going to order. She's not interested. She doesn't want anything that I have to offer. I could post something tomorrow and it's something that she's interested in, and then now she's interested and we have a conversation. Maybe she hasn't seen my message. She, in a few months, could be like, oh my gosh, she reached out to me. not only do we have egos, but other people that we're working with have egos. And so you have to think about the fact that there are people that are also going to be scared to reach out to you first. So do what you have to do to warm yourself up to people, to build relationships. If you see people on social media sharing things, sharing their life, reach out to them. Ask them what they've got going on. Ask them, hey, how's that home project doing? Oh, well, it's going good. Thanks for asking. It's just so expensive, but I'm ready to get it done. But it's definitely going to, take a little bit longer than I thought because of how expensive it is. Well, why don't you join Scentsy? Why don't you join Scentsy to have some extra money for your home projects? Do you see how building relationships and simple conversations and just being friendly to people can have an amazing impact on your business, a successful impact? It can literally be the difference in you making hundreds of dollars a month and thousands of dollars a month. And it is possible. So don't assume that it's not. I am so glad that you guys watched today's training video. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to comment below, message me. If you're watching this on YouTube and you're watching the replay, let me know what you think down below. And share what is an assumption or a prejudgment that you make in your business. Because a lot of the times, it's something, you guys, we don't even realize that we're doing, but we all do it. Okay, so let's work hard this year to knock prejudgment out of the water. It's not something that we're going to focus on anymore. We're just going to do the things that we need to do to be successful. You guys stay dry today. This weather is insane. Stay safe, stay dry, and I will see you for another training next Tuesday.